Howdy, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast, where I talk about whatever the hell I want. I'm your host, Ren, and with me today is a very special guest, my big sister. Everyone, welcome, Hayley Nicole Miller. How you doing, Hayley?
Hi. I got woken up by an emergency alert broadcast at 3:30 a.m.
I'm gonna stop you there. You should have been in last episode, but you didn't. Why? Because all of a sudden you decide to have audio issues. So
I didn't decide to do shit. I updated my computer, and Windows decided, hey, fuck you, we're going to install generic drivers that conflict with the actual drivers your computer needs. So you're going to spend a week fixing it. And the solution, instead of resetting your computer to factory default twice, because that's what I had to do, that wasn't the solution. It worked the first time, and then it updated again and took my audio away. It was unplug the internet and uninstall the driver. That was the solution, was to unplug the internet, uninstall the driver, scan for hardware changes, and then replug in the internet. Yep, that was the solution.
Which was the solution for me. Anytime I'm having issues with my Game Boy Advance, I usually just do that. And, oh look, it works. I don't even know where my Game Boy Advance is now.
Shout out to your dad, by the way, giving you a program that when you hit the record button does not yell, recording in progress, loudly.
I saved your ears this time.
Oh, it's not that loud. It's just really weird. Like, Zoom does this weird thing where when you hit the record button, it literally just straight up goes, recording in progress. And it's like, yeah, I know. I can see the red dot. Yeah,
when we're usually recording, like, the D&D podcast on Delvin Cox Experience Patreon, I usually get that, like recording in progress, but it's, like, louder on my side because sometimes when I'm recording, I want to hear everything I'm saying. So I usually have, like, it, turned all the way up, and that usually is not fun on the ears.
Can I just point out, I like that your dad won't plug his Patreon, but you will incessantly plug. I literally tell your dad to plug his stuff all the time, every time we record, and he just won't do it. And you're over here plugging it in like the first 2 minutes.
Speaking of Patreon.
Oh, man.
Hey, you gotta support the family, you know? My father has to put food on the table, and you know what?
You can't pull that. You can't pull that.
Food on the table.
You can't pull that. Don't use it.
The point is, there was no point. Anyways, Hayley, talk about your week and tell me how's everything going in your life.
It's been a busy week, and your dad's gonna kill me because I injured myself at work again.
Okay, pretending that I didn't hear this via messages. Hayley, how did you injure yourself once more?
There it is. What do you mean? There you go. That's what I did by sliding across the floor at work to count the bottom shelf of, like, soup.
At this point, you gotta replace your arm with, like, a metal arm like Bucky Barnes.
I am not Bucky Barnes, nor do I want a metal arm, because prosthetics are not good enough yet to hold a controller with that arm. So...
Really?
Yeah, the ones you see where they have, like, remote control over the fingers... Those things cost like $20,000. Do I look like I have $20,000?
I don't know. Maybe.
The answer is no. I don't have $20,000. I might in the future. That's a whole other thing we will not discuss on your podcast. But anyways, I currently do not have $20,000. And if I did, I would not be wanting to be spending it on a prosthetic limb to hold a controller. Prosthetics are cool. I just would prefer not to have to use one unless I got severely injured, which if I manage to do that at an inventory auditing job, I'm going to be surprised. Literally every injury I've gotten, except for the one where I went face first into the glasses at work, has just been a scrape or cut across my arm. But yeah, anyways, we were counting at Metro, which is a local grocery store chain.
Metro? Isn't that the guy who did the Spider-Man soundtrack?
I'm gonna kick you so hard. I swear to God, dude. Anyways, so like their shelves are like super tightly packed together. So normally, what they'll have you do is like kneel down and just lean to count the shelf, the bottom shelf, anyways, and then you can see normally for the rest of them. No. You essentially have to lie prone across the fucking ground to count the bottom shelf at this fucking store. Oh, and you can't see to the back, so you're essentially doing guesswork at a job where they require you to be accurate. I might add.
It's a guessing game with that thing, and if you get hurt, that's not our fault.
Oh, no. The get hurt thing, I could have filled out a report, but it was a tiny scratch that bled for 5 minutes. I didn't care. It's just your dad's gonna kill me because literally every time we record, I'm just like, hey, I injured myself at work again. So
hear all of that in PlayStation Experience. By the way, did you know I have an episode on that?
You have like
too,
3. What are you talking about?
I'm on like one of them.
You're on like 3. You were on one with Dev.
I know. I was on one.
And you were on another for Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
So that's 2. And I'm pretty sure you have a third one.
I don't know if I do.
But the
point is, don't watch the first one. It's fucking terrible. But Mike Fowler bodied me in that episode.
Yo, that episode's not terrible because of you. That episode's terrible because Mike Fowler needs to get a decent mic and not use a goddamn fucking Turtle Beach headset to record his audio.
I don't know. It gives that vintage style, you know?
No, it gives the like our first episode of PSXP thing where I thought I was using my PlayStation headset to record audio. And no, it defaulted to my computer audio, so that was fun. That's what Mike Fowler sounds like, for anybody who doesn't know. He literally sounds like he's recording with the like default mic on his computer.
Well, I can't say anything about Mike Fowler because I stole his whole ending thing where he gives you recommendations. So technically, by legality, I can't say anything mean about this.
I mean, you could, because what's he gonna do? Sue a non-commercial podcast for you're not kind of funny. You didn't steal his thing. He can't come to you for money. You're fucking 17, dude. He can't come after you. Like, legally, he literally can't.
Fair enough. Yeah, fuck you, Mike Fowler.
He's gonna listen to this, isn't he? He's gonna listen to it and go, what the fuck?
Yeah, probably. But that's not...
Neither here nor there. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Anyways, have you been playing anything, watching anything, listening
to anything? Have I been playing anything? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I've been playing lots. I fucking started Stranger in Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, and that sure is a video game.
Did you meet Chaos?
I have not met Chaos, but boy, they sure do not like Chaos. Also, every time Chaos is mentioned, they play this weird MP3 sound. It's real weird. Also, I don't know what the timeline on this game is supposed to be because it's like sprawling castles and old-timey looking shit, but also the main character has what looks like a fucking Android phone and wireless headphones?
From what I'm aware, this is supposed to be like a reimagining of the first Final Fantasy.
The first Final Fantasy, yes, I'm aware. But I don't know what the timeline for the first Final Fantasy is, because I guarantee you the first Final Fantasy did not have Android phones and wireless headphones.
I don't know. If you go back to the original NES game, I think it did. I think like you can see a clean set of AirPods on the character.
Yes, the NES game where it was 64-bit graphics, huh? Yeah?
8-bit. This is why I invited you on the podcast. Now I can correct you on things you're wrong on.
Oh.
8-bit.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's multiple bits that NES games were, and I'm fairly certain that Final Fantasy 1 was 64-bit.
Tell me what else you've been playing, God damn it. My whole life has been a lie, and you've ruined it.
Uh-huh. Like, there's 8-bit, there's 32-bit, there's 64-bit. Like, just to give you that, like, I'm aware of what 8-bit graphics are. Like, Mario is 8-bit graphics. I'm fairly certain Final Fantasy was 64-bit. Just so we're clear.
But continue talking about the funny chaos game as I check this.
It's essentially Dark Souls, but Final Fantasy, and also let's throw like Kingdom Hearts in there for no fucking reason. There are no Kingdom Hearts characters before you freak out, but also like this game pulls the weirdest shit. Also, with like an update with one of the DLCs, they allow you to play as a different character. Like play as a different character. It's just a skin you put over Jack, right? Because Jack's the only character you can play as. It changes everything about Jack, and it's real weird. Like, real weird. So, you've played Arkham Asylum, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, you remember how Harley
Yes,
Quinn
yes,
walks in that game, right? Like, you remember her real exaggerated walk for no fucking reason?
Yes.
Okay, do you know why that happened?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
It's because the model they used to animate her was a man, and so they were over-exaggerating hip sways.
So, huh?
So there's a reason I bring up that reference. If you change the character model for Jack to one of his female companions, he starts running really weirdly. And like swaying his hips like fucking like he's like a goddamn like broom moving back and forth. It's real weird. Also, like
welcome to the Final Fantasy series.
Sure. Also, like all of his male companions are the same height as him, but his female companions are like 2 feet shorter, so it's like real fucking weird. Like I'm not exaggerating, like 2 feet shorter. Like literally, like I would say Jack's like male companions are like maybe 5'7". I swear to God, I have one of the 2 female companions unlocked right now, and I'm using her appearance. I swear to God, she's like 3'9".
That is short. That's like short.
It's weird, dude. It's fucking weird.
All right.
The other thing I've been playing is Dying Light 2.
Boo!
I will end you. I will end your existence on the internet. Anyways, I've been.
How's that going? I heard they updated the parkour.
They did. They updated the knights and all that as well. It's very good. As it was in the first place, but like they made a bunch of changes. They brought back like the option to use the parkour from the first game, which I never understood people being upset about that, but whatever. That's a different story for a different day. Anyways, I've been collecting all of the like upgrades you need for like health and stamina, right? Okay. Well, I did that almost. So there's 126 of what are called inhibitors in the base game, right? You need 81 to upgrade one full stat. There are 2 you can upgrade, okay? So, I fully maxed out the stamina, right? So, I've used 81 inhibitors on stamina. So that's fully maxed out, okay? I unlocked all the skills for stamina. I've unlocked all the skills for combat too, which is tied to the health skill. But I have collected 125 out of 126 inhibitors in the base game, okay? There are not enough in the base game to upgrade both skills. However, that is solved when you start New Game Plus. There are 30 extra to collect, which allow you to fully upgrade that second stat. Here's my issue. I'm going to finish the DLC before I start New Game Plus, which that's fine. I'm almost close to finishing it anyways. But I have one inhibitor left to collect from the base game, and it's not showing up on the fucking map. One.
Oof.
One left to collect, and it's not showing up on the fucking map. Yeah, that shit's annoying.
Dying Light 2, when collectibles don't appear.
That's not even it. There are, like, I want to say almost 600 collectibles in this game. Because, like, there are achievements to collect all of the collectibles, by the way. Like, there's achievements for collecting all of the graffiti art, all of the audio recordings, all of the files. There's 170 files alone.
And you're going for it?
Oh, I'm not going for that. Fuck that. I didn't do that in the first Dying Light. I didn't do that in the first Dying Light. God, no. I want the health upgrade because next week there's a Walking Dead crossover happening in the game, right? I
did see
that. Actual comic book Walking Dead crossover, right? That's going to culminate in the ability to buy a Rick Grimes skin for the game, and I gotta support my boy Rick Grimes, so I gotta buy that skin. But also, like, it's fun, right? Like, I like zombie games. I've still got Dead Island 2 to go back and finish as well. So, I'll get to that. The other thing I was going to be playing, and this is fun, because I was going to be playing Season 1 of Diablo 4. That's not happening. They completely nerfed Sorcerer into the fucking ground for no goddamn reason.
Diablo. Fuck you, sorcerers.
Uh-huh. Oh, also, you asked what I was watching. I know we need to move on to your topic because of your time limit, but what I've been watching, you're going to fucking kill me. I had to restart my MCU rewatch because I didn't remember where I left off. But this time, I've thrown in the TV shows, too. So I've got like 40 minutes of Thor 2 to finish, and then I've got 8 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to watch before I can watch Captain America the Winter Soldier.
I wish the best for you. I know. I've suffered from rewatching the MCU, and I wish the best for you. Really, that's really. I think we have an MCU topic to talk about, but I wish the best for you. Truly, especially when you get to Ant-Man and the Wasp, because Jesus Christ, that movie's terrible. Well, but I wish the best for you and your mental state. And hope that you don't see Ant-Man Quantumania after binging the entire MCU, because God, that's an underwhelming feeling.
By the time I get to Ant-Man, I'm pretty sure Guardians 3 will be out on Disney Plus, because that's coming out in 2 weeks.
Can't wait to rewatch that movie. I love that movie so much. All right. But that's everything?
Yeah, that's all I've been watching and playing.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I finally beat Hi-Fi Rush. Hayley, if you didn't listen to the last episode, I don't blame you. It took too long. But
okay, let me just point out, I haven't listened to like a podcast from the year 2023 in like 3 weeks. What I have listened to is, hold on, I can tell you the exact number. Is 56 episodes of a podcast from 2008.
Sounds about right. I don't blame you.
There are 700 of these, by the way.
What the fuck? That niggas went crazy. They were like, let's make 700 episodes.
Not in 2008. It moves forward. So like the podcast started in 2008. I'm up to like almost 2010 at this point, obviously, because, you know. Anyways, Yeah, so I went back and started over a podcast that I enjoyed, and it switched up its hosts recently, and just the new hosts weren't for me, so I just went back to the beginning. That's what I've been doing because I mostly save like current podcasts for work, but at work, I've had a manager who asked us not to wear headphones, so I haven't been able to do that recently. So
make time for my podcast. We are the worst podcast known to man, so you got to make time.
That's a great sales pitch for your podcast. just that's the worst way to market yourself. I'm just gonna point out that doesn't usually work. Calling yourself the worst doesn't usually entice people to listen.
I'm aware.
So maybe don't do that.
It's funny. That's the point. It's funny, so I'm going with it. Anyways, I finally finished Hi-Fi Rush last night. If you've been listening to the podcast, you would know that I've been trying to beat this game for like 3 weeks. I probably would have beat it last week if other things didn't happen. But you know what? We're here now. I beat it. I really love the game. I won't go too much detail since we have a guest and we're also 20 minutes in.
Did it upset the people who scream about things being woke?
Are you talking about like Peppermint and Corsica?
No, I'm just making a joke about all the people who screamed about there being a trans character in the game, and I'm fairly certain there's not a trans character in the game.
I didn't even know. Like,
yeah,
I knew they hinted at Corsica, Peppermint and Corsica having a thing, but I don't think there was any trans character in the game.
That's my point. Ahead. Like, these people have queerness on the brain, and then they lose their goddamn minds over it. Welcome to the internet.
Okay. So looking it up, Peppermint's apparently, but that's about it. So no, there is no trans characters. But
which is fine. There doesn't have to be in everything.
Yeah. You guys can get mad at imaginary things all you want because I love this game. So who cares? I also platinumed Anno Mutationum finally. Love that game.
I saw. Actually, sorry. Let me point out. Not only did I see, he also sent me a screenshot of his platinum, like he does for every platinum he earns, because he blames me for his platinum hunting obsession. But I didn't start it, and his dad knows this. I didn't tell you to start doing this. You just did it because I do it.
No, I do it because it's fun. And that's about
it. It is, but you also play games, get frustrated with them, and go, man, I don't want to do this. But I tell you, you can just not do that. Like, you can just go for games that you enjoy. He goes, but I have to. No, you don't.
No. This is why you're here. This is why you're here, so I can correct you on things. I usually am like that because I get frustrated easily, but I like the challenge. That's why I go for hard platinums sometimes.
The challenge is fine. It's when you complain for weeks on end about not being able to platinum Persona games and then continue to try and platinum Persona games.
Well, maybe next time Arena Ultimax shouldn't be fucking terrible. I'm joking. I love that game.
So again, just to point out, you do not have to continue if you are not finding the earning the platinum for a game fun. Just you know that, right? Like, you don't have to continue.
It bothers me. It bothers me, Hayley. Okay? It bothers me that I don't have it finished. Okay?
I have 49. I only go for games that I enjoy getting the platinum in. I'm not going to force myself to play a game for hours on end to get a fucking trophy if I'm not having fun. That's what I'm trying to instill in you. You do not have to force yourself to keep going if you are not having fun. You know this?
Fuck you.
Counter argument? No. What are you doing?
I Ultimax is an exception because that final trophy was hell, but I usually have a lot of fun going for trophies. So even if it frustrates me, I still do it because at the end of the day, I still have fun. That's why I have the platinum for Resident Evil Village, despite that being kind of painful. Well,
I'm not
fun.
doing that. I would literally buy the like, hey, all unlocks thing, but I'm not playing through. I forget what the hardest difficulties called. It's like Village of Shadows difficulty or something. I'm not fucking playing through that with just the rocket pistol. Fuck off. Not doing that. Also, not playing through the game knife only. Fuck that. Sorry.
That was so much fun, though.
It's not. I can
so
guarantee you it's not. I do not want to run through
You can guarantee me I did the platinum. What do you mean?
And complained about it every step of the way.
Because I'm a complaint. But I'm a complaint. Have you heard me at all? I'm a complainer.
Yeah, you complain about Superman too, so, you know.
Because Superman's fucking boring.
Hey, you look on my fucking wall and watch your goddamn mouth. Right there. It's obscured by my shitty fucking light, but right there. Like, right there. There's Superman. You watch your goddamn mouth. Also,
thank you for
again, watch your mouth.
Thank you for the transition. I also
Since this is an audio podcast and people don't know what I was pointing to, there's a picture of Superman on my wall. Well, technically Tom Welling is Clark Kent from Smallville, because that's an actual print of the first ever poster for promotion for Smallville. So like that's hold on. Fuck you, Norton. Stop. I'm not restarting my computer. That's an actual print of the first ever poster for Smallville, like from the television show. Like that's a limited edition thing. It's small, but it's an actual like the print they use to like blow up and make posters from. And for those who don't know, I have a tattoo of the House of L crest on my arm and the words El Mayara, which is Kryptonian for stronger together, written above it in cursive. So.
You'll never catch me doing any of that shit. Anyways, thank you for the transition. I also watched the first episode of My Adventures with Superman, and yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Must be nice. It's not available here.
You can watch the first episode on YouTube. I watched it on HBO Max.
Can you watch the first
tell me that shit's locked. Don't tell me that
it is. Yeah, it's region locked. Why wouldn't it be? It's fucking HBO, dude. Of course it is. They're not allowed to broadcast here because of some agreement they have with Bell Canada. Like, we'll get the first season when it finishes. So, in like 30 weeks, I'll get it. Like, let me point out, we just got Harley Quinn like 2 weeks ago. It's on Netflix, and we're missing the third season, and the fourth one's about to start. So we have seasons 1 and 2 of Harley Quinn on Netflix, but no third season. We just got Titans season 4, which that's a whole other thing. But
you're not missing anything.
I've watched Titans, man. I've watched it. It's something. They did a terrible adaptation of Under the Red Hood, man. Terrible.
Dude, don't get me started on that. Okay, we're not gonna. We only have a 2-hour limit. We're not gonna get too much into that. But fuck Titans. I hate that show.
You say fuck Titans. Dick Grayson on Titans says fuck Batman. So, I just have to point out. I love when people point out, like, that's not Dick Grayson. That's exactly why Dick Grayson became Nightwing. Like, he got disillusioned with Bruce's ways and, like, became separate. Like, that's exactly how Nightwing became a thing.
I know. It's just the dialogue is stupid.
It's a fucking, like, essentially CW show. What do you want? All TV shows have stupid dialogue. You're asking too much from WB. I'm just pointing that out. You're asking too much, okay? Like, you're asking too much. Like,
I'm an easy man to please, and this If this show doesn't please me, then I'm not gonna watch it past season 2. Unless it's Red Hood, then I'll probably sneak in to watch it with my dad.
So you watched the Red Hood stuff, which is terrible, by the way.
Wish I didn't. Really wish I didn't.
But
My Adventures with Superman, without spoiling anything because you haven't seen it, good show, good. Lois looks like Luce from Owl House.
I never watched that and don't intend to, so don't even try to recommend it to me.
I'm not going to recommend it to you because I know you're not going to watch it.
I'm over here watching like Criminal Minds for the 15th time, and you're like, you should watch The Owl House. That's not happening. Just pointing that out.
I'm not going to recommend it to you because I know you. You're not going to fucking watch that. I'll be lucky if you even play the games I recommend.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but Susie Spearhunter, great content creator, being in a game is not enough enticement for me to play a game. Just saying.
I fucking know that, but you should play Anno Mutation. It's a good fucking game.
Yeah, no. I don't think I will. You know what game I don't think you'll play? You're not going to play Dead Cells, so...
Maybe. I do want to play that one day.
I call doubts on that, sir.
You want to bet on that? You want to bet on that?
I just want to point out your family's track record on betting me does not go well. I just want to point out, don't bet me. Your track record and your family does not go well. I'll be cashing in your dad's bet very soon, by the way. So that doesn't go very well. So don't do that. Don't bet me. Don't bet me. That doesn't go well for you.
I have Dead Cells installed. I have Dead Cells on my Switch, so I think I'm actually gonna install that just to prove you wrong. Wrong. I'm gonna play. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to play a game out of spite.
You say that, and then you'll play it for 5 minutes and go play something else because you've done this before. That's why I said don't bet me. Because no. Also, anyone unaware of what I'm talking about when I say your family's track record is not great on bets. I bet his father that Beyond Good and Evil 2 would not be out before January 1st, 2024. And that game's certainly not coming out in 2024, let alone if ever.
Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. Ubisoft. Fuck you. And then the finals.
Just out here telling Yves Guillemot, fuck you in general.
But anyways, the last thing I did this week is the one that I'm going to spend the least time with. I listened to the new Travis Scott single that came out today. It fucking sucks. Sucks, and I'm scared for Utopia.
I don't listen to Travis Scott, so I had no idea what you're talking about.
That's fair. Fair. That's why I'm spending the least time on it. But
for the audience, I'm white as snow. I do not listen to that kind of music.
Yes, Hayley listens to the good folks music. That's why her name's Hayley. She's named after, I think, is it the lead singer for Paramore?
I am named after the lead singer of Paramore, but hold on. The good folk music has very bad connotations. You know that, right? Like, that has some not great connotations.
I'm being sarcastic. I know that.
I assume, but I'm just pointing out, like, that has connotations related to the fucking country singer who got in trouble for literally releasing a pro-lynching song this week. Like, fuck that guy.
And you wonder why I don't listen to country?
Well, I mean, it's just not usually good music in the first place, but also, like...
Facts.
But also, like, no, I don't wonder why you don't listen to country music, because it's usually pretty fucking racist. like, I mean, if you listen to the lyrics for most of it, it's pretty fucking bad. Like,
I don't listen to country, and it's gonna remain that way. That's a genre I'm never gonna explore.
insert Key and Peele skit about the racist country song here. Please tell me
that
you've
was
seen that video.
No, I don't watch Kill and Peele.
It's very good.
How about we get into these news topics?
Okay.
In conclusion, K-pop sucks, and I'll be talking about Utopia next week when it releases. Anyways,
how did we go from country music is racist usually to K-pop sucks?
That's the new Travis Scott single's name. I'm not joking.
I thought Travis Scott does rap.
He does do rap. Like, his new single is called K-pop. Like, look, hold. Can you see that? Probably not, because
no.
it's like a bright screen.
Well, it is a bright screen, but also you have my email. You could just send me the photo.
That's probably true. The point is, like, the single is called K-pop. It features Bad Bunny and Weeknd, and it fucking sucks.
It features Bad Bunny. That was your first problem. No, I'm kidding. I don't listen to their music either, but I know that they're like pretty like popular. So I don't know. I just don't like rap music. Like that's nothing. But also in general, I don't really listen to music that much either. So
that's fair. But yeah. For the folks watching home, I will probably be talking about Utopia, which is the new Travis Scott album, next week when it releases. I'm probably going to be doing a similar thing what I did with Pink Tape, where I stay up to listen to it the minute it comes out, and then wake up in the morning to record. And
hey, maybe don't do that. Just
there you go.
Point out, maybe don't stay up all night to listen to 12 songs.
Is it even going to make 12 songs at this point?
I don't know, but also if you try to counter argument me about like not staying up for 12 songs, I'm gonna end you. It's 40 minutes, dude. No, don't do it. It's not worth staying up all night for 40 minutes of music.
Counter argument. Pink Tape, Lil Uzi Vert's record. That was 28 tracks.
Wow.
1 hour and 43 minutes.
Wow. Still not worth it to ruin your sleep schedule. My
sleep schedule is already ruined.
I'm aware. You message me at 3 a.m. sometimes.
What's one more hour? What's that gonna do?
For reference, I'll get up for work and have like 6 messages from this gentleman right here. I'll get up for work at 5:30 in the morning. And I'll have 6 PlayStation messages from this guy.
And then 5 of those messages is usually, you're wrong, and you're wrong.
And 5 of them are also usually audio recordings because he doesn't feel like typing his messages out. He has to tell me them.
Because I don't like typing that much.
Hey, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just like, it's an actual explainer for people. I'm not saying don't do it. It's fine.
How about we get into these topics, okay? Okay, it's dissing me. How about we get into these topics?
I'm not dissing you. You knew what you signed up for when you brought me on here. Like, don't even act surprised.
When I eventually take over PSXP, which is inedible because I have a 3-step plan on how I'm going to do that, I'm firing you. Hayley.
You can't fire me. I'm the reason the show still exists in the first place.
We just can't. I just don't see. Don't see a reason for you to stay on the podcast. You know,
I'm the reason the show still exists in the first place. You can't fire me. To quote a movie I've never seen. I ain't fucking leaving.
Anywho, how about we get into some of these topics?
Sure.
Let's start off with a light one. AT&T has a Fortnite map now.
That's
no reason. They just felt like it.
That's pretty standard for Fortnite. I mean, Doritos has a Fortnite map. Like, you remember that, right?
No fucking don't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Doritos.
it's pretty common knowledge. Doritos has a
Fortnite map. Nike does too. They released like a map when they released the Nike pack.
Very good.
Pretty
set of skins.
standard to do advertising in Fortnite.
Yeah, but I'm only saying this because like I got this like as an ad while watching I think it was like the Spider-Man 2 trailer. Funnily enough, I got an ad for this map.
Hold on. You're pulling in that Patreon money and you're still getting ads on YouTube? Damn, what's that like?
Sorry, Hayley, I don't live the privileged life.
What's it like getting ads on YouTube? What's it like? I don't even know. I don't get ads on YouTube.
Hey, Hayley. Hayley. Fuck you.
You're getting ads on YouTube? Man, your
camera's out of focus.
Yeah, I can see that. Why? I didn't do anything different. There we go.
Anyways,
no, I have YouTube Premium because most of what I watch on YouTube are like Twitch VODs, and I don't feel like getting 13 ads an hour, so it's well worth it to pay for YouTube Premium. So
fair enough. I don't really have much to say on the AT&T app. I probably would read the article, but honestly, we're 41 minutes into this podcast, and I don't feel like spending the rest of the podcast reading an article about the AT&T Fortnite map.
AT&T has a Fortnite map. Cool. What's next? McDonald's has a Fortnite map. Okay.
I hope
it's all made in their creative mode, anyways. So
yeah, creative 2.0. Oh, this time. I hope they replace the Chug Jug in Fortnite with the Grimace Shake if McDonald's ever has.
What do you want it to do? Instantly kill you?
Yeah, that's actually a fire ass item. Real
talk. Do you even still play Fortnite?
Oh yeah, I do. I play like every season. It's just usually I'll play like for like the beginning a lot, and then around the end a lot. But usually around the middle, I usually just kind of fade away.
Casual reminder that I ruined your hopes and dreams of your dad playing Fortnite with you.
Oh no! Because funnily enough, when my dad was on this podcast, it was announced that more Transformer skins are coming. So
correct, but
I still win.
You don't win. The skin that would require him to play with you is Optimus Prime. However, it's locked behind tier 100 of the Battle Pass, which your dad is certainly not doing.
Well, guess what, Hayley? I'm deranged. I platinum Persona 4 Arena. I played Chibi Robo Ziplash. I'm deranged. I'm gonna get that skin for him. Is the last thing I do?
You're gonna spend the money to get to level 100, huh?
No, I'm not gonna just spend the money. I'm not gonna just spend the money. I'm gonna work my way up there. I know I will do it because
you realize you've got like 20 days to do that, right? Before season 4 ends.
Holy shit! The season's already about to end.
Yeah, dude, it's been out for like 2 months. They only go for 3.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, man, I guess I'm losing this bet. Yeah, moving on.
Jesus Christ. Like just for reference, season 4 of Call of Duty, I'm fairly certain ends in 12 days. So, and it started last month. So,
anywho, let's talk about this. So I had like a bunch of rap topics that I wanted to talk about.
And I know
most of them I had to. Yeah, most of them I took out because I have as she said earlier, I have a white person on the podcast this time, so therefore, none of that matters. But I should
point out I am an abnormality. Most white people I know do listen to rap music. It's just not my stuff.
You're the only white person I know, so.
Oh, okay. Well, my brother and sister both listen to rap music, like, loudly. They'll blare it so loud they shake car windows with it, so.
Well, do they listen to Kendrick Lamar? AI?
Do they Kendrick Lamar AI? We're not. No, fuck AI. Give the writers what they want. Fuck off.
Welcome to the next topic. So as of recently, if the article will fucking load, that'll be nice. As of recently, a rapper bird decided it'll be a funny thing to feature Kendrick Lamar on his new album, AI Kendrick Lamar.
Oh boy.
I did listen to the song once because I don't care to listen to it more. It does not sound like Kendrick Lamar at all.
It's pretty odd.
It sounds like it's 2011 Kendrick Lamar, which you probably don't know.
I don't know the difference, but I will point out that most of the AI music I've heard actually sounds like what they're doing. Like I've heard Frank Sinatra do Paramore songs through AI. Like just pointing out they usually sound like what they're supposed to sound like. So that's pretty odd actually.
Yeah, like I don't know how the fuck you messed that up. But thankfully, thank God he did. And it's have to clear my throat real quick. My bad.
Can I just point out, like, can I just point out, this is another podcast tip we probably should give you. You should have water or something on the side here because that's why you see me drinking. So, just for future reference, you should probably have like a cup of water or something so that when your throat gets dry like that, you don't have to loudly in the mic.
Fair enough. Can't really complain about that. But
I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you tips.
The point is, I'm trying to pull the article up, but
you don't need the article. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about AI and how it affects artists and writers and actors, right? That's what you're talking about. You're talking about the topic you have listed there, the strike that's going on.
Yeah. We talked about this a bit last episode because there was a similar situation where someone did like an AI parody of Welcome to the Internet by Bo Burnham. Again, banger. With the actress who plays Futaba Sakura from Persona 5. And with the actress saying straight up, don't... Huh?
That's a name.
Yeah. With the actress straight up saying, no, I don't like that, and basically getting harassed off the internet for it. So there's that.
Yeah. So just to give you another example, I've not seen the Persona 5 actress person talking about that. I have seen people going to Roger Clark, also known as the voice of Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, and asking him how he feels about Arthur Morgan AI. And he goes, yeah, I don't like it. And if y'all keep doing it, you're not going to have actors. So.
Yeah. But last episode we talked more on like how like AI is affecting like voice actors and stuff like that, and just like how blatantly terrible of an effect this has. And I think it's worth getting. And a reason why I brought this story up mainly because like I think it's worth getting into like how this affects like musicians in general, because like AI may not be perfect, especially this one, because holy shit, this one sounded awful. But there are AI that sounds scarily accurate to like the artist. Like an easy example I can really think of is like there was one AI that blew up on Twitter where it sounded like Kanye. It sounded directly like Kanye, and it's scary. And like AI, like big companies have tried to like replace artists with AI before. We had like the whole FM Mecha situation, if you're familiar with that, Hayley, where they tried to replace like mainstream rappers with like,
who the fuck is that?
It's an AI rapper who was trying to like trying to get big, quote unquote, and it ended up being really fucking offensive. Big shocker. and really,
I just want to point out, you pulled almost all of the rap topics out of this podcast, and you're just casually dropping rapper names that I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I'm trying to do the most familiar ones, except FN Mecca because he's important to the topic.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Anyways, all I have to say on this topic, since we're kind of running out of time here to talk about your other ones, I'm just gonna point out, AI sucks, and it's part of the reason that actors and writers and everybody are on strike right now in Hollywood. Don't fucking do it, because if you keep doing it, you're not gonna have actors and writers. And here's the important part. Excuse me, sorry. Just to point out, AI cannot create art. It can only repurpose art that's already out there.
Yeah, like I said before, AI can't do what many artists and voice actors and musical artists have done. Because like there's so much layers to what they do. Like AI can't recreate something like the Heart Part 5 from Kendrick Lamar, a great fucking song, that has so much behind it. It can't recreate that. It can only copy what other artists have done and try to make something quote unquote original from it, when in reality it's just something that's very bare bones, and not only that, it's just not art. And like the one thing I want to bring up before we move on to the next topic at hand, I'm trying to breeze through these fast before like the timer goes off, but like is how this will affect like posthumous stuff, because like even if companies haven't used AI for posthumous records and stuff like that, we have seen, like, for example, Juice World AI that's really fucking surreal to hear, especially since, spoilers, Juice WRLD's no longer with us.
Sorry, you're saying posthumous. It's posthumous. Like, you're saying it correctly. Just know, I'm not sure you know what the term means. It means they're dead. Like that's what that means. You don't have to explain that they're not.
Yeah,
with
I know
us.
that.
Like, that's
I
what
know
posthumous means. Most of
I
your
know.
audio listeners will know that as well. So don't do redundancy, is what I'm saying. We are eliminating redundancy by being redundant.
Why did I invite you on this podcast again?
Because you wanted to, and also just pointing out because it's funny. Yeah. No. AI, like Frank Sinatra is dead too. Just pointing that out. Like, using AI to bring back dead artists is not great. Actually, hold on. Let me not speak out my ass. I'm fairly certain Frank Sinatra is dead, but
yeah, there's so much Juice WRLD AI songs that are out there, and I really can't listen to them because it's not Juice. It's not.
Yeah, so
it's not
I was
the
not
artist that
speaking
I
out my
fell in love with.
ass. He died in 1998. Frank Sinatra is dead, and 23 years later, they're using AI to have him make fucking SpongeBob music. No.
Yeah, that's not hot take. That's not a good idea. But it's disgusting.
Neither is studios using CGI to bring back actors from the dead. So, or put babies in microwaves. So,
the Flash, it's a gift.
Do you know they made a Funko Pop of that scene? By the way, there's a Funko Pop of the babies in the Speed Force. Just so clear.
No, I did not, and now I know to avoid it.
It looks terrible.
But like if you want to bring, technically there's nothing stopping you from like bringing back the dead with AI, but I don't think like people when they're making these don't realize companies will see that and think, oh well, we can just milk this artist for all they're worth. Like XX for example. I don't think I pronounced his name right. But was a rapper who was shot dead.
Sure, I know them. They're a terrible person. So,
yeah, for sure. But like, they were a rapper who was shot dead, like back in 2016, and their legacy has been
that they committed a bunch of crimes, which I might point out is not a reason for them to have been shot dead. But let's not ignore the fact that Temptation, that's how you pronounce it, since you asked, by the way, was a sex pest. So yeah, terrible person. Still didn't deserve to be shot dead for that. But just pointing out, like, let's not ignore the white elephant in the room. Also, still don't deserve to have their music stolen with AI, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, let me use a better example. Pop Smoke. Someone who also was unfortunately shot and killed. His legacy has been tainted with the album Faith, which didn't even feel like a Pop Smoke album. Imagine that, but with AI. That would
I can't imagine that because I don't know who that is.
But like the point I'm trying to make is AI bad, and it scares me that posthumous stuff could very much be like used with AI to try to like make new music out of these artists for the rest of the time. Like another thing I immediately think of is like when they've tried to fake Michael Jackson songs, and try to pass them as like oh, these are real Michael Jackson songs, when in reality that was clearly not the full truth. Imagine that shit with AI. That would not be good. And that's kind of like the future that I kind of want to avoid. I think that most sane human beings want to avoid.
Yeah. I got nothing. Sorry, these are all about rappers. Just don't use AI to mimic artists or creators. An AI can't experience trauma that helps them create art. Like, you're not gonna succeed in that, and it's just not gonna be great.
Yeah, just here in the RenTalksWhatever podcast, we say fuck AI. And let's move on to another topic. Something very similar to this topic. The actors' strike that I would love to bring up the articles with, but my stupid show notes aren't loading.
Yeah, but also probably because your internet is struggling, dude. Like, your camera keeps freezing in and out. So
I don't even know why I have my camera on.
It's fine. I'm not worried about it. I do understand what you're trying to get out there, though. So, yeah, actors have joined the writers.
Yeah. A lot of stuff has been paused due to not only the writer's strike, but now an actor's strike that also wants fair pay. And this is kind of the thing I think I talked about last episode. I'm not too sure, but if imagine like everyone just went on strike just to get the things they want. Like if teachers went on strike, that shit would not last like 2 minutes. Like, what the fuck they're gonna do?
Just want to point out, the teachers did go on strike, but the government legislated them back to work. So just you know,
fair enough.
That's a thing that happens. Like, it happens frequently. Teachers are also in a union and also go on strike. They also frequently get legislated back to work. Like, Just want to point out. Also, rail workers went on strike, and they got legislated back to work as well. So, you know.
Hey, Hayley. Thanks for proving me wrong. Now I look goofy.
Well, it's important to be accurate when talking about strikes because I stand with the writers and the actors. Don't cross the fucking picket line. Now, while we're talking about this, we should point out only the American Union is on strike, and most of the actors of the Equity Union, which is the European equivalent of SAG-AFTRA, have been threatened with legal action if they strike in solidarity with their American counterparts. So, for example, things like House of the Dragon Season 2, which is from a struck company, is going to continue filming because it's filmed in a different country. So, or something like Doctor Who, for example, is still able to film because it's part of a different union that is legally not allowed to strike with their American counterparts. So
that show's still going on, Doctor Who.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah, it's still going on. It's the 60th anniversary. What are you?
60 years old?
Yeah, dude. It started in 1950s.
And people are still watching it?
Yeah, dude.
Well, that's news to me.
What do you mean that's news to you? It's one of the most popular shows in the world. What are you fucking talking about?
I don't hear about it.
You're 17 and also terminally online in anime circles, so I'm not surprised you're not hearing about British sci-fi show Doctor Who.
Okay. Pause that. I could be called an anime fan, but I draw the line at terminally online. I barely go on this shit. I only go on just to find topics. I draw the line.
I want to point out, being terminally online does not mean you have to actually be on the web. It just means you're online all the time, which you're either on your Switch, you're either on Steam, or you're either on your Xbox or your PlayStation. That's still being terminally online. So just want to point out, you cannot counter-argument me on that. I am also terminally online, and I have a full-time job. So just want to point out.
What if it just podcast here?
No. I got up early for you on my day off. You're not ending it here.
So the writers strike. I don't understand why it's so fucking hard to pay your actors and writers. I don't understand why that's a foreign concept for big ass companies. Well, I do, money, but this shit's been going on for way too long, and at this point, we're getting big budget properties, these pausing their production for the strike. I saw.
There's a simple solution to that. It's called pay your writers and pay your actors.
Yeah, we saw Deadpool 3 stop for the strike. Recently.
Okay. Also, I should point out, because I know what you're talking about. Let me point out, most of the articles you're gonna see about the strike. Do you want to take a guess what all of the companies writing articles about this? Who are they owned by? Just a question. Who are all of the news companies owned by? What's ABC News owned by? Do you know? Do you know who owns ABC News? Disney owns ABC News. So that is a company that's being struck against, who's going to write an article that paints the strikers in an unfavorable light because it's from a struck company. Just want to point out, most of the news articles you're going to see about the strike are going to be in a negative light because all of the media companies are owned by companies being struck against. CNN is owned by WB.
Yeah, that's no bueno. I think the strike is going to turn out well for the writers. I 100% think that because, like, I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, like you normally do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the writers can be like forced back into their jobs. And even if they do replace them,
the government can, and the studios are trying to get the government to do that, but no. But also, can I just point out, this isn't even as long as the 2008 strike. Like, we're not even at 100 days yet, which is how long the 2008 writers' strike went for. Was 100 days. Okay, we're not even there yet. We're at like 75 days. Okay, we're not even there yet. This is projected to go on until at least November. So just pointing that out.
Yeah. When it stops like big production like Deadpool 3, I think it's gonna have like a huge effect. Not a huge effect on like media in general, but like
it won't. Let me just point out, the studios are so cartoonishly evil. They just cut NBC. I'm not even kidding. NBC Universal just cut a bunch of trees that they were not authorized to cut just to fuck with the strikers in 90+ degree weather, I might add. They did so without permits from the city and are now being fined $250,000.
Well, that's my fucking point. Like they do
per tree. And let me point out, the writers are asking for essentially like not a lot. Netflix lost $18 billion yesterday. Okay. That is enough to satisfy the writers and actors guild's demands for 36 years. They could end this shit tomorrow. They're not going to. They're going to draw this out because that's what studios do. And that's why you don't cross the fucking picket line. Don't cross the picket line. I am referencing a very specific TikTok creator who's making an ass of themselves online and is potentially ruining their own career. I mean, they're not a great person in general, but I didn't know about them before this week. But they're all over my TikTok page now, usually by people dunking on them, going, you're literally putting a video online of yourself declaring that you're a scab. Not a great career move, buddy. Don't cross the fucking picket line.
I don't know who you're talking about. So.
This TikTok creator's name is Calling Your Mom. So
what kind of name is that?
Well, it's his name. His name is Colin, and then it's the rest of the username is you are mom, like calling your mom.
That's like the most 14-year-old username. Like that's a username I would put for like my Xbox 360.
Yeah, well, that's the mentality this person has. Their jokes are sexist, racist. They're not great.
Can I get 500 on transphobia? Good jokes.
Yep. Yeah, you can have $500. Anyways, yeah. That like, don't cross the fucking picket line. Like, just to point out why I keep bringing that up, because you're gonna see influencers offered a bunch of money to like come work for productions. You are ruining your career if you accept that money. If you cross the writer's picket line or the actor's picket line, you will be denied entry into either union, and that will take your career because most of the productions in Hollywood are union-based. And if you are blacklisted by the companies, no one's going to work with you.
Yeah. Yeah, just like pay your actors. That's not really the point of this. Like, I'm gonna keep talking about this topic.
Pay your actors. Don't cross the fucking picket line.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about this topic for as long as this podcast goes for, because it's a necessary topic to talk about, because it's something that should be said. Like obviously.
Oh, I should point out. So as I mentioned, NBC Universal being fined $250,000 for each tree they cut. That's something called tree law, which this strike is informing a lot of people about. You don't cut trees without a permit. Don't do it. You're gonna get fined. It's a lot of money. Don't fuck with the trees. Tree law is a thing, and I know it's not a joke. Do not fuck with the trees. You will be fined a lot of money, usually by the city you reside in.
I know.
Tree law is certainly a thing. Don't fuck with it. It's the same thing as like, do not put booby traps on your property.
Yeah,
they are illegal in every sense of the word.
Yeah. All right. How about we get? That's my dad opening up. I hope you didn't hear that, but but
what? You hope your dad didn't hear me talking about booby traps? He's heard worse.
No, I mean my dad opening up. I can hear him like downstairs, like opening up the office. But anywho, all right. So let's get into a more positive topic. Something that I think would bring in more excitement. Yesterday, I didn't mean to talk about this, but a new trailer dropped yesterday, so might as well talk about it. We got a new Spider-Man 2 trailer.
We sure did.
If I had my sound effects right now, I would play a applause right now.
You wouldn't play the autism creature's yippee sound instead?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
You don't even know what I'm referencing, do you?
Oh, no. I do. Which, by the way, okay. I know he's fucking listening to this. Sky, fuck you. The amount of times I've seen that stupid creature. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm gonna send you the autism creature just out of spite now.
This is your fault. Sky. Fuck you.
It's not, though. I knew about the autism creature before your friend Sky did.
Hello, everyone. Well, me and Hayley were talking about the autism creature. I thought I should drop by and just go ahead and give some updates to the podcast real quick. So I've been gone for 2 weeks. I'm acknowledging that. I'm probably gonna acknowledge it in the episode, my comeback episode. But essentially I've been doing some self-reflection with the podcast. Now, let me just first off say this. I'm sorry if you hear any background noise, and I'm sorry if this mic is crap. I'm sorry. But essentially, I wanted to try to do something different with the podcast, try to go in a new direction, really, and not really focus as much as on topics, more than just trying to, like, say my thoughts and talk, you know? And not only that, I feel like I go a little bit too far with, like, cursing, you know? I mean, fuck, shit, and ass are funny. But I don't need to say it every 5 seconds, you know? I really just want to try to do something different to podcast and stand out more, rather than, I guess, follow the crowd, if that makes sense. Which is why it took so long for this episode to release. Like, this episode was recorded, I want to say, like the middle of July, and it's now, like, it's the start of August. So I've been holding on to this episode for a while, and I do understand that, and I'm sorry if you've been waiting for an episode, and, you know, no, it just never came. So, yeah, starting next week, which, next week, I'm gonna be, I didn't write a script for this, I'm being honest with you, but, starting next week, I'm gonna be going in a new direction with the podcast. It's going to be way more approachable, way more, I guess, friendly, cleaner, without really sacrificing, you know, my personality or what I want for the podcast, you know? Like, I want to be able to show this podcast to my family, if that makes sense. I don't really have much more to say, except, oh, wait, I do have one other thing to say. A bit of announcement. I'm gonna make videos now. It's probably gonna be up next Thursday. That's what I'm aiming for, but expect a Little Uzi Vert ranking video next Thursday. If not next Thursday, then the following Thursday. But yeah, I'm gonna start making videos. And also the podcast is coming on YouTube. Not this one. This one won't be the first one, but starting with the next podcast, it will be on YouTube. And I'm gonna start trying to get the podcast on other platforms. You know, try to basically make it approachable to basically anyone. This segment went on longer than I wanted to, but you know what? That's how we do it in the podcast, baby. Yeah, that's really it. Enjoy the rest of the podcast. And Hayley, I know you're not listening to this podcast because you're already in it. But thank you for being in the podcast. You are, like I said in the beginning, you are basically a big sister to me, and I appreciate you. So thank you for being in the podcast. Expect new episodes every Tuesday now. I'm aiming for Tuesdays instead of Fridays, because Fridays is when I record, so I feel like I have time to really think about what I said on the podcast, and more of just study on what I do, but I'm blabbering now. This segment's going on for 5 minutes. Podcasts are now going to be on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. I just hit my mic. Tuesdays at 10 a.m. will be new episodes on the podcast. Expect the Little Uzi Vert ranking on Thursday, and check out the D&D podcast on Patreon. My dad's Patreon. I love my dad so much, so give him all the love that he deserves. All right, I'm gonna stop taking up the podcast. Go enjoy the rest of the episode. Well, I'm starting out, so I'm allowed to make mistakes. And your cat agrees with me. Your cat was literally just agreeing with me.
So the cat still made it on the show for anyone. They got down off the bed. I don't know if my mom's awake, but he's sitting in her doorway, just yowling. So that's just 22-year-old cat things.
He's old. Old man.
Had that cat since I was 5 years old.
All right, I'm gonna use your cat to transition. Black Cat, Spider-Man 2. We're back on topic. Spider-Man 2 trailer dropped yesterday. Holy shit! Miles has a great haircut. What do you think of the trailer?
Okay, so I just want to point out the dichotomy of the internet here, because I've seen Blessing Adeoye Jr. from Kind of Funny, and I've seen others talk about how great Miles' new haircut is. But then on the flip side of that, I've also seen... I agree, I like his hair. Let's just point out that I've also seen other people on the internet go, man, this feels racist. And I don't know how, but okay. Miles looks great. MJ's new look is great. Peter looks great. Go ahead.
What the fuck do you get racism out of that?
I will send you the tweet that I saw. It's literally this. Someone went, this feels racist when they saw Miles' haircut. And all right, I can't be the arbiter of that. But
I can. I can. That's not fucking racist. That's called doing good haircuts. Miles went to the barber. Miles went to the barber and got a clean cut.
No, they're starter locks. Miles did not go to the barber. He let his hair grow out.
Shut up.
I just want to point out, I don't have textured hair to do locks with. I can't do that. But even I know, pretty sure you have to let your hair grow out to do them. Just want to point that out. Pretty sure your hair has to grow out to do locks. Yeah?
What do you think of the fucking Spider-Man 2 trailer? Enough of it.
I think it's great. I see people are still diving headfirst into the Harry Osborn as Venom thing, and I'm calling bullshit on that like right away. This is Intahar's strategy. He's gonna fake you out. Also, if you catch it for like a split second, Mr. Negative is back in the trailer too.
Yeah, I saw that. I also saw a lot.
Also, he looks like he looks weird now. He's got like super long hair too.
I see a lot of people compare him to John Wick because he has a long hair and beard.
Sure, if that's all it takes to make John Wick, sure.
Take that what you will. I also saw like it seems like Miles will have a confrontation with him, so I'm excited to see that.
I mean, yeah. It also seems like fucking Miles will have a confrontation with Peter. That's obvious. Also, kind of looks like Venom is playable.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I can definitely see the symbiote being playable. I don't see Venom being playable.
Well, of course,
I'll probably be wrong.
Of course, the symbiote is playable because you're playing as Black Suit Spider-Man, and he literally kicks a guy's balls off in the first trailer we saw of him wearing the symbiote. So,
hold on, what trailer did we see where he kicked the guy's balls off?
He literally bicycle kicks a man square in the fucking junk, dude, in that first trailer in fucking Queens. Like, right after the dog pounces on him, he literally bicycle kicks a guy in the junk. He's kicking that man's balls off, okay? Like,
I might have to watch that trailer in slow motion. I didn't see that.
I just want to point out, Delvin Jr., July 21st, 2023. I might need to watch a man get his balls kicked off in slow motion.
Hi, Dad. You're listening to this podcast. Hi.
Jesus Christ, dude. All right. It looks good. Like I said, MJ's new look is pretty good. Peter looks great. We're finally seeing Harry Osborn in game, not in like a fucking Bacta tank, which, yes, I know does not exist in Spider-Man, but it's the closest I can make to fucking suspended animation tanks. That Harry looks great. I don't like whatever the fuck they did to Norman Osborn's haircut, so there's that. Give him his hair back from the first game, please.
I don't know what haircut he has. I'm not going to look that up because I don't care enough for Norman Osborn until he turns to Green Goblin. But I actually will be on the contrary and say this. I think MJ looks weird. I'll probably have to get used to it. But I think MJ looks very like a whole new different person. But again, that's probably something I gotta get used to.
In the first game, like, her hair was up the entire game. You never saw it down. So yeah, for some people that might take getting used to. But as someone who puts their hair up and down every day, not weird.
Fair enough. I think the new model for Peter actually looks a lot better here than it did in Miles Morales and Spider-Man Remastered, and I'm grateful for that because he actually looks like he's in his 20s now, which I appreciate.
I mean, like, he looked like. Have you met a 23-year-old? Because in Spider-Man Remastered and Miles Morales, he definitely looked like a 23-year-old. Just pointing that out. Just pointing that out. He looked like my brother, who's 24. So,
I beg to differ.
I've met 23-year-olds. What are you talking about? There's no I beg to differ. He looked like a 23-year-old. If you go with the old face, he looked like he was 35, and he's supposed to be 23. What are you fucking talking about?
Agree, disagree.
No, agree to disagree. Get used to it. The new face is here to stay.
I said I got used to it. I said I like it. Like this looks like a 23-year-old this time.
Looked like a 23-year-old in Spider-Man Remastered. Just pointing that out.
Even when we're both excited for a game, you still find a way to make me mad.
Because it's fun.
Spider-Man 2. Venom looks great.
Have you heard? Did you see Tony Todd at San Diego Comic-Con doing the voice for it?
No, I did not.
It's very good.
Venom looks great. I think like the design is very good. I think a lot of like Spider-Man PS4's designs are decent, but I feel like they have a problem with over designing a bit. This I don't feel that at all with Venom, and I appreciate that. I also like obviously Harry's probably not going to be Venom. I see a lot of people say that. I personally think that as well.
Okay, so just to point out, Brian Intihar, for anyone unaware, is the creative director of the game, and he said that Venom in this game is someone who has never been Venom before. So,
and Harry has been Venom in the comics, right? Like before, right?
Not even just in the comics. Harry was Venom in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon for Disney.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend like that cartoon doesn't exist.
Why?
I don't. That show does not age well.
How about the Spectacular Spider-Man? Because he's Venom in that. Too.
Yay! Yay! I used to watch the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon when I was like a fetus.
When you were a fetus. Yeah. Let me know. How'd you watch a television show while in amniotic fluid? Just how'd that work for you?
It was interesting. I really have to activate my X-ray vision.
I think the actual answer. I actually think the actual answer is you didn't, because you can't see through a fucking stomach and amniotic fluid when you're a fetus because your eyes are closed.
I didn't know that. How do you know that? You weren't a fetus.
I was a fetus 8 years ago. What are you fucking doing? I wasn't hatched or anything. Yeah, I was a fetus, but you
wasn't hatched? I still got my eggshells.
Jesus.
I used to watch, but the point is, I used to watch the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon like a while.
So, and with that statement from Intihar, I just want to point out that eliminates quite a few suspects as to who could be Venom. It can't be Harry. Can't be Eddie Brock. Can't be Mac Gargan. Can't be Norman Osborn.
Oh, what's it?
And cannot be Peter. And before anyone goes, Peter's never been Venom. Before anyone goes, Peter's never been Venom. He has. No what if story.
And also, wasn't there like a panel where like Peter? I think it was like the Ultimate Spider-Man comics where Peter was Venom for like a split second, and he immediately wanted out because like he almost killed the dude. I'm pretty sure that's a panel. I believe
that's sort of what happens. Anyways, speaking of Spider-Man, did you see that Peter's about to become the Green Goblin in the fucking Spider-Man comics?
Moving on. Moving on. Fuck whoever ruined the Spider-Man comics. They also bring back Superior Spider-Man, which but I hope it's not Craven. That's all I'm begging. Like, please don't.
Craven has also been Venom. I just want to point out.
Oh, thank God. Oh, shit. Thank God.
What if MJ is Venom?
That'll be a wild twist.
I do want to point out, because Intihar said that doesn't mean it's actually true, but I will assume that Intihar is not lying, because he wasn't lying about events in the first one when he said it either. He's had a good track record of not lying.
Misleading fans.
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna be Miles, but it's funny to think about, like, what if
Miles?
The actual twist is Miles is Venom.
I just want to point out.
I doubt it will be.
No, it's actually physically impossible at this current time for Miles to be Venom, unless they somehow do the anti-Venom story. Miles touching the symbiote with his own bioelectricity would probably fry it. Just want to point out.
That is probably true. I'm excited to see who's Venom. I'm very, very excited for this game. This is a
I'm excited to have a fucking double the size of the first game map, dude. Like, double the size of the first game.
Yeah. The original Spider-Man PS4 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's top 3. So that's high praise. And I have no doubt that Insomniac will knock it out of the park. They really don't miss with their exclusives. So I don't doubt that
they've never missed. Go play Sunset Overdrive.
Funnily enough, after I beat Hi-Fi Rush, I actually installed Sunset Overdrive because I heard like some people compare it to it, and I wanted to give it a shot. I don't know when I'll probably give it a shot, but
it's very good.
When I eventually
go play Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of things look great in Spider-Man 2, and I'm so if they even like improved everything about the original game and just did that, I would think it probably has the potential to be one of the best superhero games.
Well, they're definitely doing more than that because this game has the web wings, so
yeah. Like this, I'm just excited for Spider-Man 2. Like even if I thought of like playing it, like it just excites me. Like this is the game that I'm gonna probably buy 2 copies of. One to play at like midnight, and then one to get the stupid statue. If I ever even get a chance to get the stupid statue.
I do not want a 12-foot statue, thanks.
That shit's 12 feet?
No, it's not 12 feet, dude. Are you... It's not 12 feet. 12. It's fucking 2 feet.
No shit.
Why did you even entertain me joking about it being 12 feet? 12 feet is the size of the fucking skeleton Home Depot sells for Halloween every year.
They sell skeletons?
Halloween decoration, yeah. It's a fucking 12-foot skeleton to put in your yard. Yeah. It's $300 fucking dollars.
Next thing you're gonna tell me Home Depot's selling shovels.
It's a fucking hardware store. Yeah, they sell shovels.
I can't believe it. My whole life has been changed. Next thing you know, they're gonna start selling this. Next thing you know, they're gonna start selling a magnificent piece of wood.
All right, I'm not even entertaining that. I'm just gonna call you Ben Shapiro and move on. If you don't understand that fucking joke, it's from a video of Ben Shapiro going to Home Depot and buying like a single 2x4, which he put in a bag for some fucking reason. And I bought
this magnificent piece of wood.
Yeah. Fucking stupid.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this joke, and I'm sorry in advance. Ben Shapiro, when he's sending a dick pic, this magnificent piece of wood.
Good fucking God, dude. No, we're not doing that. No, just no. All right, there's half an hour left on your timer. What else you got?
Let's see. I'm probably some of these are we'll spend the last few minutes of the podcast talking about this. Superman Legacy. The reason why I brought you on because I know jack shit about Superman, so you can go ahead and tell me all the funny things about Superman Legacy. And the casting shit.
I mean, there's nothing really funny. Like, James Gunn has a point. Like, this is supposed to be a Superman who's like entrenched, so it makes sense to have
funny. It's just a silly adjective I use for my quirky podcast personality.
I understood what you're saying. I'm seeing people upset about the fact that like they're casting Hawk Girl and Mr. Terrific and other superhero characters. And like, I thought this was a Superman story. I'm like, well, yeah, but also this is supposed to be like a Superman who's entrenched and been around for a little bit. And you know,
counter argument. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I think it's cool. So take that, internet.
you asked me to explain, and I was trying to explain it. You're just like counter argument while agreeing with me. That's not a counter argument.
That's why I brought you here to. Oh, my camera's moving at like 2 frames per second. Anyways, that's why I brought you here to do nothing but argue with you.
You're just noticing that your camera's been running at 2 frames a second? It's been doing that for 90 minutes, dude.
I'm moving like fucking Lila from Into the Spider-Verse.
I still haven't seen that. It's out on digital in like 3 weeks and out of theaters now, so I don't have a chance to see it until it comes out. That's what working a full-time job is, anyways.
I'm sorry for your loss. I hope you get better. That's all I gotta say.
If I get better, I can't afford stuff, so no. Anyways, yeah. So casting for Superman and Lois for the movie seems fine. They seem all right. I think they're gonna handle it well. They fucking got one of the guys from Barry on HBO as another guy. Metamorpho was cast as well, so there's that.
What I'm interested in is correct me if I'm wrong, but I forget his stupid name. But like they chose the ginger Green Lantern, the one that I don't think anyone likes.
Not Guy Gardner. Sorry, yes. You know why he was cast, right? Like,
no, I know.
Oh.
Because
James Gunn has a running gag of casting Nathan Fillion in literally all of his movies, and then Nathan Fillion's character getting beat the fuck down in every movie he makes. So Guy Gardner is going to get the shit kicked out of him, which that makes sense. Guy Gardner is literally stupid. And I don't mean stupid as a character. I just mean he's literally stupid, like no brain cells.
And stupid as a character. I hate this guy.
Why?
Guy Gardner? How about Guy Bad? How about that?
What? Why? What's your problem with Guy Gardner?
Nothing. I just have a bias.
Okay. Jon Stewart's the best Green Lantern. That doesn't mean that Guy Gardner is not a good character.
Look. I'm wearing a Green Lantern shirt. I agree with you.
I knew you were wearing a Green Lantern shirt because they're the only ones that make shirts in that ugly ass green. Despite the fact that fucking their green
I am not gonna argue shades of colors with you.
You're literally wearing an olive colored shirt despite the Green Lantern power of will being emerald green. Why the fuck are they making a shirt?
Yes, but this looks nice. I like this color.
You look like you're wearing Shrek. I just want to point out. That's what olive green looks like. You look like you're wearing Shrek. You have no rebuttal for that. You have no rebuttal. You look like you're wearing Shrek. That's what olive green looks like.
Yeah?
It's a green lantern shirt.
Oh yeah? I'm gonna hit you with positivity. I like your flag in the background.
Of course you like my flag, you... I have to watch what I say here. Of course you like it, dumbass! I'm not even going to say what flag it is. Of course you like it.
Where we argue about the shades of green and the flags in the background.
Mm-hmm. And my Ellie poster.
Oh, that's Ellie. I always wondered what that was.
It's Ellie from part 2 with blood streaming down her face.
Huh.
I got it at Fan Expo when I met Tom Welling. I have Mass Effect. Oh, and up there, which you probably can't see, I have the winter scene of Ellie fighting the bloater. So
I'm not in my room, so I can't really flex everything I have. If I was in my room, I would show you my Flash poster.
Oh.
And the giant wall of Funko Pops and statues I have.
Oh, the Flash poster, huh? Which Flash?
Yeah.
Like the television show or the movie?
Damn it.
It's the movie, isn't it? It's the movie, isn't it?
It's a cool poster! And I like the Flash.
I have the good Flash poster in my room. It's for the show.
Have the good. Well, next time, tell AMC to give out the good Flash poster.
I don't think you need AMC. You could just go to like Sunrise Records or any store that sells posters and buy it there. I also have an Arrow poster, I might add. Like, I have a poster for Arrow as well on my wall. Like,
weird that you have a Batman poster. That's
what?
Weird.
What?
It's weird that you have a Batman poster.
Yeah, I'm aware that Green Arrow on television is essentially just Batman without the Batman. I'm aware. Just still a good show. So
yeah.
You don't need to explain the different characterization of Oliver Queen to me. I am aware. I like Oliver Queen. I have Green Arrow year 1 sitting on the
What? Hayley Nicole Miller is a Arrowverse fan? What?
I literally have a tattoo from it, of course.
Wow. Shocker. The Spider-Man villain.
I also have Riverdale posters in my room too, so I have 2 of them.
We're moving on. We are not okay. I will tolerate many things from you, Hayley. Riverdale is the last thing I'm gonna tolerate. That fucking awful show.
Hey, Riverdale season 1 is great. Then it jumps the shark and just keeps going.
I think it jumped the shark when they decided to do a CW show on Riverdale.
Why?
Because CW shows aren't that good.
You say that like you didn't watch 9 seasons of The Flash, motherfucker. Got you.
5 seasons. I still barely watch anything from the newer stuff.
Oh,
that's fine.
I still got your ass.
But hey, I did that because The Flash was good at one point.
The Flash is very good. And then they lose budget, but that's most CW shows. Smallville lost their budget in like season 7, so that's why the Doomsday fight in season 8 is so short.
Ugly.
It's not ugly. It looks good for fucking 2008.
Not fair enough. I can't argue with that. Some Superman legacy.
As long as they don't do Doomsday again, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
He has other villains, you know. You don't need to throw Doomsday in every Superman property.
Yeah, you could do a villain that would actually be interesting for Superman to fight. You know? No, what was the villain of Man of Tomorrow? I think that anime movie was called.
Man of Tomorrow. The villain was Brainiac.
No, there was another movie where there was like this like villain that adapted to like Superman's like abilities.
Yeah,
it was
that's
like,
amazing.
One of the anime movies.
That's Amazo, and he doesn't just adapt to Superman's abilities; he adapts to anybody who fights him. It's like Taskmaster from the MCU. Or from
I
like
to see him. I would like to see him because I want to see Superman fight someone interesting.
You don't, though, because he's a robot. Like, that's his entire shtick, is he's just an android that copies moves. If you want the best portrayal of him, go watch Young Justice. He's in that.
Like a Superman movie, like there's like this. Let me go ahead and check. Is it Man of Tomorrow? The point I'm trying to make is like I want. The reason why I don't really enjoy Superman stories usually because I feel like they go with the same like 5 rotation of villains that they have, and
as if
sometimes
Batman
it's just
doesn't
not
do the
interesting,
same
like,
fucking thing.
Lex, for example, like how many times we've done. But at the very least, Batman does something different with those villains. It's the same song and dance with Superman.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. And also, again, you have to remember, against most villains Superman is holding back like 90% of his power. 90%. Like, you know that panel of Otto. I'm gonna fucking beat you to death. You know that panel of Otto Octavius and Peter's body punching the jaw clean off Mac Gargan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine Superman unleashing his full power on a civilian. Just want to point that out.
That could be interesting in a Superman story.
If you go after the evil Superman trope, I'm gonna beat you to death. No. But there's a reason why he holds back his power. It's because if he punches someone at full force, they don't exist anymore.
To give you this, I don't like the evil Superman trope anymore either, because it's just become so uninteresting at this point. It's been just as uninteresting as Superman. So
Superman is not uninteresting.
When he's written poorly, he very much is. Which
go read American Alien. Just pointing
that
out. Go read American Alien.
No. I'm mad at comic books right now, so I'm not.
Go read American Alien.
Go play Anno Mutationum.
That's not happening, and you know it.
And there's your answer.
See, that's not the same at all. You're mad at Marvel Comics for how they're treating Spider-Man. You can't be mad at DC for a comic book you haven't fucking read.
Hey, look at the bright side. I'm watching a Superman show. I'm watching a Superman show now. So that's a good thing, right?
You should go watch Superman the Animated Series as well. It's on sale on iTunes for $20.
I've seen it.
You should go watch it. Just point that out.
I've seen it.
You can claim you've seen it all you want. If you watch that show and you hate Superman, I'm gonna beat you to death, because that's.
I can like media of a character I don't like.
Just pointing out. Yeah. The Flash puts a baby in a goddamn microwave.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
No.
All right,
who looked at that scene and went, yeah, that's fine to put in the movie. The Flash puts a baby in a microwave. Also, it's unplugged. Why does it ding? It's not plugged in. The microwave should not ding when he closes the fucking baby inside of it.
Maybe it's a wireless microwave.
If you invent a wireless microwave, you deserve all the money in the fucking world. You know why a microwave is not wireless? Because
it's radioactive or something?
It uses radiation, yes.
Well, man, oh boy, am I excited for Superman Legacy.
Oh, Christ, dude.
So the final thing I want to talk about usually what I like doing on this podcast is usually reading opinions online and trying to make sense of them. AKA, I look at an unpopular opinion thread on Reddit because that's what I usually do anyways, because it's interesting.
You like to make yourself mad for no reason, then.
Last time I got mad because it was mostly a Sonic one. The Batman one was more like, well, I could kind of see that.
Is this unpopular opinion? Batman would be better off if he used his money to help people, because if it is, I swear to fuck, I'm gonna end you.
Surprisingly, we didn't get that. Surprisingly, I didn't see any of that. But since you're here, and I think that would probably be kind of boring to do with someone, I kind of wanted to do something different this time around. So there's a lot of great games coming out in 2023. You're a part of the gaming podcast, so I think it's very fitting to name like three games, and probably quickly because we only got like 15 minutes left. That we're excited for the year.
Okay, you go first. It's your podcast.
So, since you're the guest, and ladies first, go.
Go
first. I invited you here. Go first.
Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, and just to say fuck you and name a fourth, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2.
You're excited for Hot Wheels Unleashed?
Did you play Hot Wheels Unleashed, the first one? Because it's very good.
I don't care.
Then why are you upset about it?
Does it look like I play racers?
What?
I spent 5 minutes on Forza. I spent 5 minutes on Forza and quit because I got overwhelmed.
It's an open world racing game for Forza, and Hot Wheels is an arcade racer. They're totally different.
How about me? What was that Atlas? I'm trying to find.
It's Atlas Fallen, by the way.
But
if you're
why don't
looking
you
for the
talk?
title, it's just called Atlas Fallen. If that's what you're trying to say.
No, I'm trying to look for like a Atlas game that's coming out that looks good. But why don't you go ahead and while I look that up, why don't you go ahead and talk about why you're excited for those games?
I'm a huge Alan Wake fan, and I'm very excited for Alan Wake 2. It's a sequel that's been needed for 15 years. Almost.
I've actually installed Alan Wake on my PlayStation.
It's very good. You should play it.
Make sure to play it probably either this month or next month.
Okay, make sure to play the DLC once you finish the main campaign. Just pointing that out.
Did that?
Just the reason for that is that
important?
It is important. It finishes the story. Like, the story doesn't end on a cliffhanger or anything. Like, it's a neat like little bow, but there's more stuff that fleshes out the ending and sets up for where you find Alan in control. Spoilers. Sorry, don't care. Excited for Spider-Man 2.
Hey, I'm gonna play Control.
Okay. It's not a spoiler, by the way. Like, that's a hidden secret you have to find unless you play the DLC. And even then, you still need to beat the game first to play the DLC for Control, which I'm just going to call your bluff. You're not doing. So...
Yeah, fair enough. I don't play DLC usually.
I'm not even talking about the DLC. I'm straight up talking about I feel like the gameplay of Control is going to make you bounce off of it specifically because of how you play games. Anyways,
what do you mean?
Don't
anyways me. What?
I wasn't. I was giving you your answer. I mean, go watch gameplay of Control, and it's not a game that you are going to enjoy. Your dad enjoyed it. You are not going to.
I've seen gameplay for Control.
Mm-hmm.
Control. It looks fun.
Yeah, but it's going to infuriate you.
Judge my game taste.
I wasn't judging your game taste. I'm trying to save you hours of pain because you're going to force yourself to platinum the game even though you're not going to enjoy playing it.
I'm not going to. How do you know that?
I know you. That's how. All right. We've got 10 minutes, you fucking... All right. You asked why I was excited. Excited for Alan Wake 2 because it's a sequel that's been needed for a long time. It's going to finally tell how Alan escapes from where he needs to escape from. So I don't spoil the fucking game for you. Anyways, excited for Spider-Man 2 because I really enjoyed Spider-Man 2018 and Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Spider-Man as a character is just really great.
I hope Metro Booming Spider-Man's in there.
Okay. I'm just moving up. I'm just moving past that. Excited for Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty because I really liked Cyberpunk the base game, and I'm excited for how the expansion is going to completely change the game of the base game and the DLC. And for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, there with the update coming before the DLC. They're completely changing how everything works, so that'll be neat.
And that's what I'll be jumping in.
And Hot Wheels, I'm excited for to see all the ways they can improve over the first one, which was very good. And I can't wait to see it. The problem is, will I get to it on time? Probably not, because let me point out that within the span of 8 days, all 4 of those games came out. Three of those, like Alan Wake and Spider-Man 2, come out within 8 days of each other. I just want to point out. But in that same time span, Assassin's Creed Mirage comes out on October 12th. Alan Wake 2, October 17th. Hot Wheels Unleashed, October 19th. Spider-Man 2, October 20th. In the span of 8 days, 4 games came out.
As usual, October ends up being the most packed month.
And that's not even accounting for Modern Warfare 3, which is going to come out somewhere in there as well.
There's a third one? I thought they said they'll stop at 2.
No, they're finishing the story. You didn't know that? That was supposed to be like DLC for Modern Warfare 2, but it's evolved into its own game. And it's just going to finish the Modern Warfare trilogy. So, yeah. Also, of course it is. We got to stop Makarov. You don't know who that is. That's fine. All right.
Before I even ask you that is, let me just name my games because we only have like 9 minutes left. My games that I'm excited for. I'm gonna try not choose remakes mainly because they're games I've already played before. I already played before that are getting remade. But just quick honorable mentions to Persona 3 Reloaded and Super Mario RPG remake. I still can't believe that's real. But the games I'm personally excited for is I finally found the game Metaphor Refantazio. Rolls right off the tongue. Is a brand new Atlas game that looks gorgeous. It doesn't look. I don't think it has anything to do with Shin Megami Tensei, but it looks gorgeous, and I love every bit of gameplay we saw, and I'm super excited to play it. Sonic Superstars. Be surprised. It is a game that I'm also very excited for because it's a new 2D Sonic game, and also Sonic Frontiers was actually good, so I'm allowed to be excited for this one. And to bounce off what I said with the 2D, to bounce off like the 2D platformers, I'm very, very excited for Super Mario Wonder. That game, I am so happy we're moving past the new Super Mario Brothers. There's like art style. It look because like this game has like Mario on acid. That's how I would describe new Super Mario Brothers. And it looks Super Mario Wonder. I mean, and it looks beautiful. I'm so happy, and I'm so excited for that game. So yeah. That's the last topic, and we also didn't get any questions this time around. So, the last segment I usually like doing in this podcast is what I stole from Mike Fowler, except I don't read comics that much anymore. So, we're gonna recommend one song and one game. In this case, you can recommend a show if you want to, because like you said, you don't listen to too much music.
Oh, I can recommend a song. It's called "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Fall Out Boy, which is a remake of a Billy Joel song. I just want to point out.
I'm not listening to that.
You should. It's very good. Also, they rhyme King Jong-un with Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. So just want to point that out.
I should.
You don't know. You don't know what we didn't start the fire is, do you?
I know what it is.
Okay. So instead of being events from Billy Joel's birth to 1989, it's from 1989 to 2023. Also, that line includes a song, World Trade Second Plane, What Else Can I Say? Like, it's a good song. Just want to point out.
The quote Eminem real quick. Like 9/11 when the second plane hit the building, and insert a plane crashing noise. I have more 9/11 lines. Artists surprisingly
let's not. You're gonna get canceled before you turn 18. What are you fucking doing? Don't Don't do that.
I'll be fine.
Let's
I'll
not
be
make more
fine.
9/11 jokes. You're gonna get canceled before you turn 18.
How about I mention that Juice WRLD lyric I showed you?
No. All right, recommend your stuff.
Recommend a game.
Go play Dead Island 2. It's very fun and very polished for a game that was in development for like 14 years.
For me personally, don't listen to K-pop. I was gonna recommend something, but that already took it when he came in the podcast, so I can't recommend that. So instead, what I've been listening to, listen to the Pinkerton album by Weezer. I listened to that this week, and it's a very good album. So yeah, go ahead and listen to that. And as
you're listening to an album titled after the Pinkerton Detective Agency, which still exists, and it was sent to a guy's house over Magic the Gathering cards.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that the Pinkerton Detective Agency got sent to a guy's house by Magic the Gathering because a guy ordered Magic the Gathering cards. Like, he ordered them, paid for them, and they shipped him the wrong cards. And they sent
I think my sibling was telling me about
to his house to take them back. The bad guys
I think
from
my
Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
They sent the bad guys from Red Dead
about...
2 to this guy's house.
I think
he bought Magic the Gathering cards and they gave him the wrong ones. Yes.
I think my sibling was talking about that. But and then I'm gonna recommend Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay.
Because good. That's all I can really talk about before we run out of time. Because this podcast went on for longer than I thought it would be.
Your timer's running low there.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and end the podcast. Thank God we didn't have any questions.
Oh. Yeah. Before he hits the stop button of the recording, fuck the Supreme Court and pay your goddamn writers and actors.